What is up, everybody? PokePack Ripper back at it again, and today it's kind of a different video today. Mostly because I thought I was going to be opening some cards because I thought I was buying some packs. I'm going to explain a little bit more. Essentially, I bought some packs to open on a stream, but then the stream never happened, so I thought I would just get the packs. But the streamer sent me, I believe, pretty sure, the cards that they opened, but I'm not sure like when they opened it. I totally trust the streamer, Super Duper Danny. They are fantastic, but I don't really have anything to open. But we're gonna be finishing up some sets. We're not gonna do it all today, but we are gonna see. We're gonna open some mail. So hopefully you like this. Good amount of cash was spent, which is always fun. And we're gonna get some stuff into some binders. So let's see what we got. Let's see what kind of condition it's in, and we'll get into this mail. All right, y'all. Full disclosure: I am filming this a few days after I filmed the rest of the video. But I really wanted to open up some Pokemon cards, and so I had this for a while. This is a PokeRev Mystery Pack version 4.0, which is pretty old. I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember exactly when it came out. Still green, red, silver, gold, so like all the regular sort of stuff. Green is a Sword and Shield Scarlet and Violet era. Red is XY, Sun and Moon. Silver is black and white, which obviously we would love. And then gold is Wizard of the Coast. Diamond and Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, so Silver era, and then Vintage Japanese. And so I really want to open up some Pokemon cards, so we're going to do this. Because, you know, we're just not here for the scalpers, y'all. We're just not here for them. I think these sell for probably like $80 to $100 on eBay, but I don't want to do it. I just want to open up Pokemon cards. So we're going to see what we can get from this. I think this is like the first one that he did where you can't really hide the mystery, but we're going to try to hide it. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, so we're going to try to hide it. I cannot see it. We're going to take out the packs. And we should probably get some Sword and Shield packs out of this because I think we have one more. There we go. Because it's older. So we're going to leave the mystery pack last. And we're going to see what we got. So we have Scarlet and Violet base, Crown Zenith, Temporal Forces, Lost Origin, and Paradox Rift. So definitely earlier. We're going to do this in terms of newest to oldest. So Temporal Paradox, Base, Crown Zenith, and Lost Origin. We'll see if we can pull some stuff from this mystery pack, and we'll see what's... I'm sure it's probably... I don't know what the mystery will be, but we're going to see what we got. We have Temporal Forces. Now, obviously, this is kind of interesting that we're opening Temporal Forces since we have everything in Temporal Forces. So we'll see if we can get some hits out of these packs. Yeah, currently this is Saturday evening. Reverse Ekans, Reverse Bolton, and Hollow Drampa. Land Before Time, am I right? Next will be Paradox Rift. Would love a Groudon art rare, Altaria special illustration rare. There's a Loundred card that I really like in this set, so I would like that as well. But, you know, again, I just wanted to open up some cards. And then we'll get into our mail day. So this is kind of a catch-all. Ooh, Loundred. Maybe that's a sign. This is kind of a catch-all. We'll see what we can get. Chantal. We have a reverse. Nope, that's just a regular. We have, we have a reverse Seadra. We have a reverse Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. And, Latios regular hollow. Not anything so far, but would love something. Strong and Violet base. So obviously we're looking for, don't need any cards, of course, in that one. But we're looking for, what are we looking for from Strong and Violet base? Gardevoir, Curly, Ralts. We're looking for Drowsy. I love the Slowpoke out of this. Big fan of all this stuff. There's a code card for everybody. And of course, my allergies are just being super, super cool right now. Got a Chunky Boy. But yeah, I'm glad that I could open this up. We actually have another. We have a what we got here? Hypno, Bombardier, Reverse Cacturn, Reverse Toxtricity, and Halucha, regular hollow. All right, we got Crown Zenith. This is likely like an earlier print run, I would assume, of Crown Zenith. That opened really nice. So let's see if we can get a Galarian Gallery. Maybe we can get a gold card out of this one. There's the code card for everybody. We'll do the pack trick, because why not? And we'll see what we can pull out of this. Okay. Dusclops, Lairon. And then after this, we're going to get into some of our mail, some of our Temporal Forces mail. We'll see what we get. Get some stuff into our binder. Corphish, Pawniard. We have a Reverse Digging Duo and an Amorous Non-Hollow. Wow, y'all, this might have been like a terrible idea to open this up. But again, I'm not really going to be. I don't want to sell all this stuff. I just want to open stuff up because I bought it. And when you buy things, again, we got some stuff that we won't open up. There's just so much stuff that I want to open up. And at this point, like, that's just where I'm at. Let's see what we can get. Should we... white code card, y'all. But we still have Trainer Gallery. So let's see if we can get something. If not, we're going to hope for that... pack, that mystery pack. We'll see what we can get out of that. Hopefully, actually, it is like a green or a red, so that we'll open it. Because if it's black and if it's a silver and it's black and white and we don't have it, that means, you know, the rule, we can't open it. Reverse Torkoal, regular hollow, non-hollow Dust Tox. Wow, y'all. 5 packs. And we got nothing. Nothing at all. I'm gonna blow my nose and give me a second. All right, everybody, we're back. I got the mystery pack. Let's see what we have. It's green. We do have an original Pokerev sticker. No Cosmos on that. So let's see what we can get out of this green pack. Open it up. Maybe we can get like Evolving Skies. It feels like a booster pack. And it's the Scarlet and Violet. Let's see if we can tell which one it is. It is 2024. So it's definitely not... maybe mid-era, maybe it's Paradox Rift, maybe it's another Temporal Forces pack, and Temporal Forces, we were right. All right, y'all, we still, again, would love a lot of cards, like a lot of cards from this set here. So let's see what we can get. Hopefully we're not going to totally strike out. There's the code card, one to the front. Promise after this we will get to the mail day, which will definitely get some hits because we bought them. We bought the single cards. Single cards right now are really, honestly, they're a good price. Sandy Shocks, Behemoth, Rapidash, Reverse Vikavolt, into Reverse Heatmore, and can we get... Ooh, okay, we got our Walking Wake EX. This is the one hit, probably worth about maybe 50 cents. But this is the hit that we got, and we're going to get into the mail day. So thanks, everybody. I'm glad we were able to open this. Honestly, I'm glad that I didn't sell it to somebody for like $100, and then they got absolutely nothing. So we will see you in a second for some of this mail day. All right, everybody, so we got our mail here. We have a few mailers from TCG Player, so we're going to get into those. We have another mailer. This is a thicker one, and I think this is a bunch of Stellar Crown. This is going to be the mailer from Super Duper Danny. I checked it just so I could see that there weren't any actual packs in it, and there are not, which is okay. There's also a hair, which is super fun. And then this, I think, is one card. So what we're going to do is, I can't remember which set this is from. I think it's Temporal Forces. But we're gonna open up this mail first because this is essentially what I was gonna be opening today, but it's already open, which again is perfectly fine. So we're gonna get into this and see what cards we got because we definitely probably will have some pulls because I can see a top loader. So again, I can't remember exactly what I ordered, but I remember it being like a bunch of sets that I needed to finish. We got some stickers. We'll put that back there. A little Togepi money and a little Growly Boy. I don't really know. We're going to see what's in here. Probably the ones that are sleeved up are going to be the ones that are a little bit more valuable. And then the one in the top loader is probably the one that's most valuable. So let's see what we got. So we got Temporal Forces, Whimsicott, Infernape from Twilight, Zapdos from Twilight, Arcanine from Twilight, Chandelure from Twilight. So yeah, these are the sets that I opened. So I think it's Temporal, Twilight, and I think Stellar Crown because I needed cards from. So it seems like what I got are hollows and like EX and above from Twilight, Stellar Crown, and Temporal Forces, which is like fine. There definitely are still like reverse hollows that I need from Twilight, I think. So I'm like a little upset that I didn't get those, but that's okay. It's so funny about like hollows, how they're not that rare, even though they're technically the rare cards. So funny story, Drampa. I think these are probably the cards that I'm going to go through today. Again, it's not going to be like a crazy long video or anything like that because I'm just going to be going through cards. I'm going to check out condition and I'll put like what I paid for them. Probably right here, which is generally where I pay for these. So we'll put these hollows on the side. I'm 90% sure that I don't need any of those. We're going to leave this one to the end because that's likely going to be the one that has the most value. Who knows what it is? Maybe it's our rare. We'll see. So we have, this is Iron Boulder, Temporal Forces. So that's pretty cool. Got a Twilight, Luxray. And I got a good amount of packs from each of these. So we got a Luxray, also from Twilight. We got a Greninja EX from Twilight. We got a Deluxe Bomb, a Spec. Ooh, the Pinsir. I love this card. So the fact that that's in a top loader and this is an art rare, that makes me believe that this is like something. I love this Pinsir. I have like 2 of these. Ooh, the Joltik. I think I have both of these. So these will probably get put like trade binder. I actually just applied. So we have Twilight Masquerade here and we have Stellar Crown here. So we'll keep our buckets separate. And then each video we'll sort of go through what we got here is, I don't know. I mean, let's look at the condition a little bit. The back looks a little off center, top to bottom. You can see the top is a little bit thinner than the bottom is, but that's not necessarily like the worst thing. Let's pop this out of I don't know what this is. Again, I didn't look at put that top loader over there. We'll pop this out of its sleeve to check the condition. Yeah, definitely off center. Honestly, the left side is pretty thick compared to the right, and then the bottom is pretty thick, but like no crazy nicks. So let's see what we got. The Ghastly. So this is kind of funny because I have this card, which is a great card. Again, whoa, yeah, crazy off center. Yeah, ain't no way this is gonna get like any kind of 10 or anything like that, but it's a great card. And I think it's like a $35 card, but I actually got this card from Super Duper Danny on another stream. So that's really weird. This is definitely a harder card to pull from Temporal Forces, but we'll put it back in the sleeve. That'll probably go. I actually really like that card. So we have the cards we have here. So we have Temporal, Twilight, and Stellar. I think what we're going to do is there's one single card in one of the envelopes that I have. This envelope here. Actually, we're going to let Ampharos hold on to these cards. Cover up the Ampharos from the last video, which is, it's okay because Ampharos is still there. Looks like this might have been opened like slightly as it was in transit. I know what card this is, but I can't exactly remember. Oh, it's from Temporal, which I don't need that many cards from Temporal, and there should be every card that I need to finish up Temporal Forces. So we're gonna flop this around. There's tape on this, so that's something. Again, this is just going straight into a binder, so I don't really mind too much of like condition. It might be LP, I'm not sure, but yeah, so essentially what's going on now, everybody, is the prices for, oh man, this tape, There we go. Prices for sealed product is still really high. Very high. And there we go. Tape is off. Get this out of... So again, I know what this one is because it's the only one that was delivered... Oh dear. What am I doing? In a single envelope, like without tracking, where the other ones, those blue ones, were. Get our top loader here. Let's look at the... this sleeve is weird. Looks like LP, if I see what's on the other side. So it looks okay. I mean, definitely like a little bit of a nick on the top. If you can see that, that right there. My nails are really long, so I'm gonna apologize for that. Off center like crazy. And it's the Drampa. Yeah, what's up with these cards? Off center. Is this just a Temporal Forces thing? Also, it smells like sugar. I don't know why. Let me smell this. I don't know. But yeah, you can see 184, 162, light play. It honestly looks okay. There's definitely print lines because it's earlier in the Scarlet and Violet era. But again, this is going into a binder. We're going to get a regular, not written on penny sleeve for this, since this is going to go right in the binder. And once we get through all of these Temporal Forces cards, we're going to, I think this one was like pretty expensive. It's probably like, I don't know, $11 or $12 if I had to guess. But yeah, we're gonna get into this other one. Let me get this open and I'm gonna see which one has the Temporal Forces cards, and then I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, so like I mentioned, there really aren't that many cards that we need left from Temporal Forces. One is that Drampa, so we have that, so that's really good. And then there's, I think it's like 7 other cards. It's a few special illustration rares, I think 1 gold card, and then randomly, it's like 2 uncommons. One is a trainer, and then one is, this is probably an SIR, I assume. And then of course they got these all nice and jam-packed in here. I think these should all be, near mint, I think, if I check. Yep, these are all near mint, so that's exciting, just for like value. So we're gonna flip these cards over. So here's the first one, Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking, which again, it's just an uncommon, reverse hollow, but you know how I do. You can see there's a little gold peeking out there. So we have Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking, 145 out of 162. And it's not even like a very playable card. It was just a card that I didn't pull. So we're gonna take that and then we'll go through all of them and reveal all of them, and then we'll sleeve them all up. So we have Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking, and then another random one, Haunter, just a random Haunter. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Because, you know, if we're going to get Ghosty, we're going to get Ghosty. These are the last 2 of like the regular. This isn't even an uncommon. This is just a common. I just didn't pull it. And so I wasn't going to open packs until I opened the Haunter Reverse Hollow. The next 4, I think there's 6 in here. There's 7 total, I believe. So this is the first 2. Got a common and an uncommon. The next we have is the Special Illustration Rare Iron Boulder EX, which I actually really like. I think people aren't really too fond of these like future and ancient type Pokemon, because they're like, why not just have the regular Pokemon? But I really like them. So that's one that we have. This one was, yeah, I mean, you'll see the price, up here. But I like this card a lot. Just, again, didn't pull it. The next one we have is a Hyper Rare Gold Iron Leaves EX. I had a good amount of the golds, but I needed this one. So that's awesome. Looking pretty good. Maybe not totally. And then we have another Special Illustration Rare, the Salvatore. I really like this card because I like the artwork style, how it's kind of like pointillism. And I like all of the sprites you can see up at the top here from like the original 1999, whatever game you want to think of, 1999, 1998, the original Game Boy games. We have Raichu, which is another one of our favorites. We got a bunch of Pokemon on art. This looks like a little Teddy Ursa here. I just really like this card, but this card was not that expensive. Again, you would have seen the price like up here. And then the last one, I believe, is another gold, and that's the Walking Wake EX 215 out of 162. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop all of these into sleeves. I'm actually going to do that right now, and we can take a look at the backs. Again, I'm not going to be grading these, but it's just good to know like what you're getting off of TCG Player. Yeah, and you know how it is, like near mint does not mean gem mint. So the fact that there's like a little nick up at the top here, that's really fine. The fact that there's a little nick at the bottom of the card here, I don't know if you can even really see that one, that's okay. And then it'll be interesting to see as we get into the, like the new grading scale, because I have a few cards, some promo cards out at PSA right now. So it'll be interesting to see what we get for those cards. That Salvatore actually looks very, very good, but there's not a lot of value apparently in the trainer special illustration rares. This one also, there's a little nick on the top right. There, you can see it there. So nothing super crazy there. And then of course I am gonna get the Iron Boulder sleeved up. And so what I'm gonna do is I have all the cards now. They're all, sorry, didn't show the back of the Iron Boulder, but yeah, looking okay. Definitely a little bit more nicks. You can see the top one right there, but that's okay. And then I'm not gonna show the backs of the Haunter. Hope everyone's okay with that. We've got the Haunter all nice and sleeved up. And then we have the Cypher Maniacs Code Breaking also nice and sleeved up there. And then we have the Drampa that we got from there was another run random TCG. So we're gonna get these into order. So we have Haunter's gonna be first, and then Cypher Maniac, Drampa, Iron Boulder, Salvatore, Iron Leaves, and Walking Wake. We're gonna get the binder, put these in the binder, and then we will see them all in a full set. So we'll see you back in a second. Everybody, I was just freaking out because there was one card that I knew I ordered, and it was this card because it was the most expensive card in that order. And it's not the number one card because we already had it, which was the Raikou. Which one is that? We'll look at it when we get into the set. But yeah, this is the last one that we needed for the set, which was the Gouging Fire, which honestly is my favorite. So we can see the Gouging Fire EX special illustration rare. We'll take it out of the sleeve. We'll probably put it back. The sleeve is pretty clean because it was in that. But yeah, we have the Gouging Fire EX special illustration rare. I know that Temporal Forces isn't like the most popular set. This card is pretty good. It's not perfect. Definitely not perfect, but it is definitely near mint. Maybe not gem mint. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our binder. Binder takes up a lot more of the desk than I would like it to. And we're gonna get this and we're gonna go through all of it, and then we're gonna put the Gouging Fire in as the last card. Also, fun fact, I already had the Cypher Maniacs Code Breaking, probably from like a random booster pack that I opened or a mystery pack or something like that. So we have an extra Cypher Maniacs Code Breaking if anybody wants it. Okay, we're gonna get the binder and then we'll be right back. All right, everybody, sorry about the glare. We're gonna go handheld right now. So we have our first page. We can see, I'm not gonna go through super crazy, but we can see all the grass type, and then we have all the fire into the water type. We have our electric type, as you know, big fans of the electric types there. We have our psychic types here. We have our fighting, Iron Boulders there. Yep, sorry, I don't know why I put back there. We have our dark type. There's our Haunter that we just put into the binder. We have our metal type, dragons. We have our colorless. We have our trainers. There's the Cypher Maniacs that was already in there. So again, now I have an extra one. There are A-Specs trainers as well. Here are illustration rares. We'll look a little bit more closely. I'm a big fan of a lot of these illustration rares, especially this Grottle with the Meryl on the back, and the I think it's Staravia, or it's hard to say. Can somebody tell me what Pokemon that is above Meryl? that bird type. We got the Deerling and the Sawsbuck. I love these cards. I think they're beautiful. The Lytton is also one of my favorites. You know, we have that graded in an A slab. There's the Ghastly, which we obviously already had, and then the Arbok. I'm a big fan of both of these. Honestly, I'm a big fan of a lot of these. The Lickitung, I think, is awesome. The Metagross is really awesome. You remember when we got this at the NJTCG show. Obviously, as a musician, I love this Chatot. The Minccino Cinccino are great. Here's the Drampa that we got from TCG Player. Got some full arts here. Got some more full arts. That Gengar is a big one. I think because it's playable and also because, you know, it's Gengar. So we have more full arts. There's where our special illustration starts. That's where our Gouging Fire will go. Walking Wake is probably my favorite one of all of the, yeah, I don't know. I like them all. I know I'm flip-flopping a little bit. Raging Bolt, that's the one I was talking about before. That one's really awesome. Bianca's Devotion, I remember when that one was like a super big card. Now it's not as big. Here's our Salvatore and our Iron Leaves that we just got from TCG Player. And then our Walking Wake, Hyper Rare Gold. So we have 6 gold cards in this one, Iron Boulder and Raging Bolt. We're gonna go to a different, actually no, I'm gonna use my same hand to film, and then we're gonna pop the Gouging Fire right into the binder. And there it is. Here's our full Temporal Forces, not quite master, but how I master set. Thanks everybody for coming in, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.